Hey guys, Smitty here, thanks for tuning in and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a design for a compact, efficient storage building that can also double as a portal hub. So whereas some of my other build videos and challenges have been a little more impromptu, this is a 100% pre-planned design, and I'll be taking you from point A to Z on how to build it, as well as how to decorate it. But without further ado, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get right into it. Okay, so keeping you survival players in mind, I've calculated a comprehensive list of all the build materials needed, and I've included in the description down below. But like I said, this design is meant to be a smaller storage. It can also double as a portal hub, and it's going to include quite a bit of stones, so it's likely more for a mid-game player, but I'm sure with some adjustments and substitutions, one could adapt this for the early game. So first I'm going to cover building the structure. So I found this nice little pre-generated town that I thought could use a storage/portal hub. For the structure, we will need 214 wood, 80 core wood, and 534 stone. Could be plus or minus a few, but this is what I had calculated out when I developed the design. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do here is lay down the foundation, which is going to be stone. So we're just going to lay down like an octagonal design where we're going to place two. Then we're going to rotate 2 clicks, then place another one. And we're just going to do that all the way around here. Alright, there. So we kind of have that octagon structure. We'll just fill it in the rest of the stone floor. Alright, so there's that foundation, and then on each one of these sides, we're going to bring it out just with another layer of stone. So it's kind of like a 1x2 on each one of those faces of that octagon base. Alright, so there we go. So there is our foundation. Alright, so now what we want to do is establish some of the supporting beams. So we're going to actually use some log poles for this. So on each one of these corners here on our structure, we're going to put a 4-meter log pole. So all the way around like that. And then we're going to use the log beam 4 meters just to connect it at the top here like this. Alright, so there is some like the beam structure there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually use some stone pillars. And what we're going to do is place them right next to these beams, or these core wood poles. And so you want it to be parallel to the face that's coming out for each of these. So there will be some overlap here. But we'll do this all the way around. Alright, so there's that. And then what we'll do now is just raise it all the way up. So we'll just do another layer of the stone pillars here. Alright, there we have it. So we have the stone pillars on each side here. What I think I'm going to do next here is, so on each one of these sides, I want to have some stone stairs. So I will just attach some stone stairs to each one of these faces all the way around. So another thing that I want to do in this design is I want to place a 1x1 stone wall just on these kind of in-betweens right here. So I'll do that all the way around as well. Basically just to the point where at the bottom end of this stone kind of touches each one of those foundation pieces. Okay, so next I want to work on the roof. So for this we'll be utilizing the 26-degree thatch roof pieces. And we're just going to connect off of these beams first. So we'll place 2 each on each one of these faces. Alright, so there's one layer. So as you can see, we do have these gaps here on each one of like the pillars or the supports. So what we're gonna do there is we're actually gonna take the corner pieces, the 26-degree corner pieces, and we're just gonna slide them in right here. It should just snap right in that gap. So we'll do that all the way around. So we should kind of have like a star shape from the roof after we're done with that. So then from here we have to try to bring the roof all the way to the point. So from each one of those corner pieces, I'm going to put another thatch roof 26-degree piece that should just snap right off of it. And then I'll also place a piece in the middle here. It should just connect. So as you can see, we're kind of developing like this low angle roof that does have an overhang. From here, we're just going to do another layer of the 26-degree roof. So we'll attach here, and then we'll rotate each time, just so it matches exactly with the one below it. Okay, so there it is. So the roof is pretty much closed up. There is a little hole in the top here. But again, you can see we maintain that kind of low angle roof. It kind of looks like a star from the bird's eye view. Okay, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to custom place some 4-meter log beams right on the outside of these 1x1 stone walls that I placed. So it should just line up right there. It shouldn't poke through, but it should touch the roof. This is just to add some detail to our structure. We're just going to do this all the way around. Okay, so we have that. So next we got to decide which of these faces is going to be our entrance and which of these are going to be just walls. So I think this face is going to be the entrance, and so for these others that are just going to be walls, I'm going to actually custom place these half-wood walls just a bit within these pillars, just so it gives a little more depth versus just snapping to the outside here. So I'm going to do that all the way around. Okay, so I have these half walls, all these sections that'll just be walls. I'm also going to do is just going to put in some wood poles just to cover these gaps on the outside. Let's do that all the way around. So next, I'm going to actually just bring these all the way up. So let's do that all the way around. Okay, nice. And then from here, we're just going to kind of fill it out with wood walls. So we'll go with the large wood wall, and then we'll go with the half wood walls at the very top. So we'll seal it all the way up. Okay, so the walls are in. So what we're going to do now is just create some of the shelves that our storage are going to stay on. So we'll just use some of the floor pieces, the 1x1s, just to create some shelves that'll go up. Okay, so as you can see, we now have shelves where we can put storage all the way around. So another thing that we will also do is we're going to take some log poles here, and we're going to line the outside of all these stone pillars. So just add a little bit more detail and depth on the sides of these walls here. Okay, nice. So it's compact, it's simple, but I think it still looks pretty nice. Okay, so now we have the basic structure done. It's time to furnish it and make it a functional storage / portal hub. So for this, we'll need 7 portals, 8 reinforced chests, 14 chests, 14 signs, 1 hanging brazier, and 8 sconces, and the associated materials. So let's just get right into it. So first thing I think I want to do is do the sconces. So what I think I want to do is have them on these pillars, kind of facing out the same way that these points do. And we will do that all the way around, I believe. So just on each one of these pillars, just at about the same height. Alright. We got one on each one of those sides. Let's put in the portals. So my idea for this is that you have all the storage on the inside, and then you have the portals on the outside, on each one of the faces. So these obviously aren't linked to any specific places as of now, but just for kind of a hypothetical design, we'll have them in here. Alright, so we put our 7 portals in. Next thing we should do is let's put in our chests. So let's place the chests on the inside here. So we have 8 reinforced chests that we'll utilize. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and then we'll have one more in the middle here. And then we have 14 just normal chests that will go on the shelves here above. So this should give us some good organizational capabilities to kind of silo the different materials in each one of these. And then on the very top of these, we'll put our signs to kind of label, kind of high level, what each one of these silos contains for materials. Place all these up here. There's 7 signs. We'll just put random labels on this. Everyone's going to have something different in terms of how they like to organize. But let's just put stuff in here. Okay, so again, everyone's going to have some different ways to kind of label these and organize. I've just put some placeholders in here. Maybe some suggestions. But yeah, as you can see, this kind of lends itself to a nice way to organize some materials. So also one thing I want to put in here is just a hanging brazier. So we'll put it right here in the middle. Just make sure everything's nicely illuminated so we can see. So I like that very much. So for our remaining signs that we have left, so something I like to do is actually to label the portals just with signs. Like I know you can obviously go up to them and read it, but rather than reading every single portal, sometimes it's nice to actually have some signs to just kind of denote which one's which. Just makes it a little bit easier. Obviously not necessary, but I like to do that. Alright, so there we go. So I've actually just quickly just kind of randomly labeled these. Obviously they don't go actually to these places, but just kind of give a picture of how this can kind of easily allow you to see which portal's which without having to go up to read it. So yeah, maybe Black Forest, mountains, whatever it is. But I think that actually, yeah, it just works quite well. Alright, and so with that kind of rounds off our build. So we have our nicely labeled portals on the outside, and then our organized storage on the inside. So it's not huge, but it should suffice for maybe like a solo player or something like that. Not super groundbreaking from a design perspective, but I still think it looks nice. Definitely an interesting roof shape. But, you know, it's fun building in this way. Trying to find kind of the crossroads of function in the survival sense, but also enough design to kind of make it look decent. And I think we found it here. You know, it's always a balance. But let me know you guys' thoughts on this one. If you like it, if you don't like it. Hopefully some of you guys might find some inspiration behind this and implement this or something similar into your survival world. But as always, appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks.